What's up YouTube, JL Fulks here, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I've got two pretty awesome electric guitars, two of my favorite actually. I have my custom core H-150 by Heritage Guitars, and I have my PRS DGT, which is the David Grissom trem model. Now, I decided to make a video about both of these guitars because they're roughly in the same price range, and they're both custom shop guitars, and both pretty much flawless. You can get a brand new custom core H-150 for around $4,000. They have a bunch of different finishes. This one's the Cherry Sunburst finish, which is my favorite personally by Heritage Guitars. And then you have this PRS DGT, which runs at about $4,000 as well. I actually got this gold top with the moon inlays for about $3,700, which was a great deal. But you could pay for other finishes, but you're going to pay up to about $1,000 more. But if you want the bird inlays, this guitar runs at about $4,600. So some of the key features with both of these guitars are the pickups themselves. The PRS DGT has an actual coil split option, so you get 3 more pickup options, which actually makes these humbuckers into single coils, which is a pretty versatile option for live and in the studio. And with the custom core, it's pretty much like a Les Paul. It's a 3-way selector switch. For the humbuckers, you have the bridge, middle position, and the neck pickup. And same thing goes with the PRS DGT. You just have the option to coil split the pickups, which is great for playing live or in the studio. It gives you a lot of versatility, a lot of tonal options. Now, both of these guitars have totally different bridges. For example, the PRS DGT has a tremolo, which is awesome if you want to get those tremolo sounds with the whammy bar. And then the custom core has basically like the regular Les Paul bridge style right there, which is great. I have a lot of guitars with this style bridge, but it's very much like a Gibson. Now, the neck profile of both of these guitars are actually pretty similar. I would say the custom core H-150, the neck is a little bit fatter than the PRS DGT. I don't know if you guys can see, probably not, but they're pretty close actually in design. I personally, I don't know which one I like better. They're very close, so they're just a little bit different. One thing that's a little bit different with the PRS is it's actually got bigger frets than the custom core, which was a little bit of a surprise to me. They're like pretty jumbo size frets, and the custom core is just a little bit smaller. But overall, I like the style of both these necks. If you like a wider profile neck, both of these guitars could be for you. Next up, we have the tuners on both of these guitars. With the custom core, it's the Heritage style tuners, which are actually really great. Very much like a Gibson though, so it's the G string is going to come out of tune a lot. That happens with every Gibson that I own. One thing with the PRS is it's got locking tuners, which are really great, and this guitar stays in tune a little bit better than the Heritage. Now, when it comes to the weight of both of these guitars, they're both kind of on the heavier side, but not really. The custom core is actually pretty light for a Les Paul, and that's one thing that Heritage really strive for with this model is the weight. And I think it's the perfect weight for a Les Paul. It's not too heavy, not too light. It actually feels really good. And same with the PRS. Maybe the PRS is a little bit heavier, but it's pretty close to the Les Paul or the custom core H-150. Now, as far as the quality control goes for both of these guitars, I gotta say, it is a stiff competition between this Heritage custom core and this PRS DGT. One thing that I know PRS really strives for are perfect guitars, like all over. And that's one thing about this guitar I can definitely say is it's pretty dang flawless if you ask me. I haven't found anything wrong with this guitar. It's really the perfect guitar. So you really get what you pay for when you get a PRS. And same thing with the custom core H-150. I've been a Heritage artist for a long time, and this is my go-to guitar for live shows. And the quality control of Heritage is just amazing, and it's just gotten better over the years. And I would say both of these guitars are pretty flawless, so if you're worried about quality control, don't with these guitars. You're going to get what you pay for. Alright, so that's pretty much both of these guitars in a nutshell. So I'm going to go ahead and plug them in and show you the different tonal options. And then I'll give you guys my initial thoughts and which one I think you should buy. Alright guys, so the first guitar we've got up is the custom core H-150. And I'm just going into my Revv G20 amplifier into a deluxe reverb cabinet simulator into 2 notes. So pretty much just like a deluxe with a Revv G20. And this is what the guitar sounds like. Just with a little bit of reverb on clean. right now we're on the bridge pickup. Let's go to the middle pickup. Cool. Now let's go to the neck pickup. Alright, now let's do a little bit of overdrive. I'm going to use my Cusack Screamer overdrive here. Let's go to the middle position. Then the neck pickup. Now let's add a clean boost on there just to give it a little bit more drive. So just some good, like, crunchy Les Paul tones. That's kind of what the sound I've kind of discovered out of this guitar, at least through this amp, is very crunchy sounding. Alright, next we got the PRS DGT Gold Top. Alright, so same thing as the last guitar. Going to start off clean here. So it's got a little bit more output than the custom core. Let's go to the middle pickup option. Now the neck pickup. One of the things that gravitated me to the DGT was the neck pickup, just because it doesn't really sound that muddy. Like, it's actually pretty clear. And that's one thing about the PRS, is it's a little more articulate than the Heritage, but that's what you can expect from like a Les Paul, a traditional Les Paul style, and like a more modern guitar like a PRS. Now let's split the pickups. So this is the neck pickup split. Not quite a Strat, but it sounds pretty dang close. It would work for a live setting for sure. Next, we're going to do the middle position split. And the last, the bridge pickup split. Now with a little bit of overdrive. Split. So already you could tell that this guitar has more drive, and I don't even have the clean boost on yet. So let's go ahead and add the clean boost. So this guitar just absolutely shreds with the higher overdrive, but all in all, you know, both of these guitars are just great professional guitars to use, and that's why so many people go to both of these guitars. And I know a lot of guys that play the DGT live in the country world, and it's just a great guitar. So this is the neck pickup with some overdrive. Very clear for a neck pickup. Alright guys, so that is my PRS DGT versus my Heritage Custom Core H-150. Both of these guitars are awesome, and they're definitely worth the money, especially if you're a professional musician. I use these things in the studio and live all the time, and they each got their own sound. I would say the PRS has a little bit more of a modern sound compared to the Heritage, and I've always said that about PRS and Gibson. I've owned 3 or 4 PRS now, and they've always given me this more modern sound, which is awesome when I'm going for that kind of music. And they've also given me more versatility than any other guitar I've owned because of the coil splitting. So if I want to play a song that usually has a Strat on it or a Telecaster, I could switch to the single coil pickups on the PRS DGT real quick and get that sound, and then switch back to the humbucker, which is great for live and in the studio. But as far as getting that traditional Les Paul sound, you can't go wrong with the Heritage Custom Core H-150. I've had this guitar, I think, about 3 years now, and it is my go-to guitar for live shows, and it's a great guitar in the studio. One thing I can mention about the pickups is the Custom Core, the output of the pickups are pretty low output compared to the PRS DGT. These pickups are a lot hotter compared to the custom core, but as far as mixing and stuff, I feel like this guitar, the PRS, may mix a little bit better in the studio, but I feel like I like the sound of the custom core more live. So it all depends what you're going for and how you're mixing and EQing and doing all that. But you can't go wrong with these guitars. They're definitely worth the money. I definitely suggest if you're going to get a DGT and want to save money and actually get a core model, I'll go for the moon inlays like I did and go for the gold top because you can get them for a great deal. I got this one for $3,700. And I think I got this custom core for about $3,800, something like that. They may be $4,000 now. I don't know. The prices keep going up on all guitars, so who knows. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.